Hey guys, it's Nate, aka the Foot Accountant. Welcome back to the channel. We are only 2 days away from our first promo in FC26, and EA have already confirmed that free packs are going to be a part of it just for logging into the game. It's maybe the earliest engagement rewards that we've ever had. We're going to talk about Cornerstones a little bit today, but that's just the tip of the iceberg, guys. We have a lot of news to discuss, including a gameplay glitch or exploit that's been making the rounds on Twitter, price ranges being upgraded and downgraded, which actually lost some people a lot of coins, and a market where prices have started to drop considerable amounts. We're going to talk about that and a lot more in today's video. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up on the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now let's start things off how we always do by looking back at yesterday's content. On Tuesday, we had the refresh of the weekly rush points objective, but there was something weird going on with this one. As you can notice, this objective says repeatable one time at the top, and you also notice that my progress from last week was not reset. All the time last year when the weekly rush objectives would come out, you would have reset progress, and almost always when objectives refresh, your progress and what you've done so far is reset and you start over with the next one. Really weird to notice that mine was not, and I think some of you guys as well were mentioning in the streams yesterday that yours were not either. That's really interesting. Maybe it is because you can repeat this objective. I didn't play enough Rush to find that out myself last week, of course, but let me know in the comments if yours did not reset or if you are actually able to do the weekly Rush points objective twice and get these packs doubled if you played that much Rush. Now, with that whole situation going on there, I think it's worth mentioning that the Season 1 weekly play is going to refresh. It says repeatable as well in 2 days and 12 hours, which is going to be the Friday content drop time. Make sure you get this one done ahead of Friday 100% because season pass points, of course, are so important. I just have to play one more game of squad battles. I'll get the 750 SP from this with the group reward and the last section, and that'll be a big thing to get done. Of course, that gets you the first week of the weekly playing completionist too. So make sure you double check this and you get that done before Friday with some interesting looking things there with repeatable objectives. Now, yesterday's SBCs, we had a player SBC that I think is not worth it for the player, but for the packs inside. Lucia Rodriguez, actually a very versatile card. She's only 5'5", but you got Liga F links, and she can play right back, left back, and center back. And the packs you get from this, 2 small Electrum players packs for just 2 simple 80 rated squads that most of us probably have in our club. Those are actually some decent packs. They're tradable as well. You could have a chance at packing somebody even like a Rashford or an Eki TK from a pack like that and make 20,000 coins or maybe even more than that off of 1 or 2 of those packs. I think that SBC is worth doing just for the tradable packs alone, not just a player. But the more exciting SBC from yesterday was the 83 plus upgrade pack, kind of our first gamble upgrade of the year. Sure, we have the 77 double that is out, but this one like has a little bit of different juice to it since it's a higher rating guarantee. This cost an 81 rated squad, and yeah, it's worth trying in my opinion. You just need a lot of 80, 81s, and 82s right now for these cheaper SBCs since we're in the early game, but since that's what most of us have extra fodder wise, I don't have a problem with testing this one out at all. It's fun to do, and looks like Tuesdays and potentially Wednesdays today could be the same days as last year where we had some of those upgrade packs. Remember last year on Tuesdays and Wednesdays we'd get during footies like those player picks and the guaranteed footies packs. So not expecting a guaranteed pack today on Wednesday, but looks like the content schedule is starting to form a very similar shape to last year in terms of what day we get upgrade packs and what day we get other SBCs. But man, evolutions, we don't really have a trend right now on these except for we're just trying to figure out what in the world is going on in here, man. With the Evo from yesterday, I really don't know what else to say except why is this 10,000 coins? Guys, we had the Evo, I can't remember the name of it right now, Rising Guard, that gave +1 defense, and it was free, and you could do it twice. That's a great Evo, right? Because it didn't upgrade the overall of the card. And the Passing Prodigy Evo is the same thing. It doesn't upgrade the overall of the card, which is fantastic because you can keep that player very evolvable for the future. It's going to create some awesome Evo chains. But is +1 passing worth 10,000 coins? I don't think so. I don't think if +1 defending was free, that passing should be 10,000 coins, in my opinion. I do like these Evos once again, and the whole Evo kind of curve, I guess you could call it, to start FC26 and how these have been released has been very different. We've been kind of just getting along and we're trying to become accustomed with this, to be honest, is the best way to say it. The cover athlete Evo is the one that actually feels like an evolution, right? For most of these, they're just giving singular stat boosts or stat boosts in 2 different areas. But yeah, 10,000 coins, so this is crazy. I mean, to be honest, if you take a look at the footprint here, you see it's 98% downvoted. Would there be any stat on a card that would be worth paying 10,000 coins for a +1? In my opinion, the only one would be pace. All the others should be free, but if you were able to put +1, and since this is repeatable 2 times, +2 pace on a card, I would maybe pay 10,000 coins for that, because especially if it had a higher stat limit, that might actually be worth it. But for +1 passing, man, I really wish that this was free. You could keep this in your back pocket for Evo chains down the line, and it could be very helpful for a card like this Maeda here, or maybe a Paul Pogba, or just another 82 or 83 rated card who you're wanting to evolve over time. But again, the 10,000 coins for that one right there is just kind of like, what in the world is going on? Now, after that, that was all of our real content that we got yesterday. We go to the market, because yesterday there were some pretty crazy market moves with price range updates, and some price range updates that needed to happen, right? Like Joshua Kimmich was extinct at 40,000 coins. In my opinion, I did not think he was worth 40,000 coins, and right now, since his price range has been updated, he has dropped. Other cards have been updated in price as well, like Myra Ramirez, the striker, who was extinct for ages. So that was good. We got those good price range updates, but there was also some EA mistakes with this. Dumornay and Debinya were 2 cards that were selling on the market above what their price range was changed to. This Dumornay card was 78,000 coins yesterday, and it doesn't even really show on the graph here, but she went extinct for a good couple hours because her max price was changed from like 150,000 coins or whatever it was, or 100,000 coins, down to 65K. Randomly. Debinya, I think, was 40,000 coins or something like that, and then her price range was changed down to 35,000 coins. Like, what in the world? It's the same situation that we see year in and year out with these price range updates. Whatever system EA is using, because I do think that it is some sort of automated system along with maybe some human input, whatever system they're using to actually change these price ranges is just not always 100% accurate. Now, I will say, they did fix the Dumornay and the Debinya issues with their price ranges pretty quick. It was a couple hours later where they were adjusted back, and as you can see now, Dumornay's range is back to 150,000 coins. So that is nice, but some people had Dumornay's, maybe they were trying to like list up, or they had in their team and they went to list a card in the market, and all of a sudden they could only list it for 65,000 coins. Undoubtedly, some people lost some coins on that yesterday, so that's just really frustrating. And guys, if you want to see all the price ranges, by the way, you can go to the market tab on Footbin, click on price range updates. They updated a lot of price ranges yesterday, and some of them don't really make sense. Like, some of them do, but some of the, max prices that they turned down, I guess if you call it, like, it looks like they're trying to stop the rise maybe on fodder in the future. Like Shaw, right? She's a 14,000 coin card. Her old max was 40K. Her new max is 22. So that's kind of, a lower ceiling, if you will, than what you maybe would have thought you would have had before. A Lucio card. Look at this. For an expensive card of Lucio's caliber, he's been around 1.3, 1.4 million coins. His price range went from 6 mil down to 1.8. I mean, just over the next couple of weeks, as more people get on the game, and this card potentially could rise in price, as still one of the best center backs in the game, Lucio's always cracked, like, he's going to get close to his max price. I don't understand why these max price ranges are as close as they are to the actual prices of some of these cards. Let the prices have room to run. That's one of the things that people have not liked about price ranges from the beginning when they were introduced, is the restriction that it feels of, why do I have to be kind of told where I have to list my card inside of a certain range? I don't know. It's probably to stop the coin sellers for sure. That's probably a part of it. But that was some frustration that kind of came up yesterday with specifically the most hyped card in the game right now, Dumornay. Now, speaking about the rest of the market, I want to do a quick market check here. We're going to talk about things a little bit later as well. Speaking of Dumornay, 69, 71,000 coins right in here. That is a big drop off in price for her. Marmouche is 39K. He's dropped below 40,000 coins. Van de Ven's only 80,000 coins. Konate's 43K. Guys, the market has really started to dip. And yesterday, of course, it started dropping earlier in the day. After content, it went even further. Monday, we had the bit of a market rise, which was nice. And we were kind of saying on Monday and even early yesterday in the stream, we were like, guys, it just feels like you want to be out of stuff before Friday. And it looks like right now, just nobody wants to buy cards. I don't know if it's the lack of demand, which is kind of what it feels like it is. We had all those store packs on the weekend and people packed cards, but now it's like, people are kind of set with their teams. And apart from just swapping players in and out, there's no new players getting on the game right now, of course, because we're waiting for the standard edition release of the game to really bring some new player demand to some players on the market. If that makes sense or not, there's less people playing the game right now than there will be in a week. So is that a demand issue right now? I kind of think that it is. And I also think people are starting to sell off cards before this Cornerstones promo with some of the things that we're learning about it, the first promo of the year and stuff like that. I really hope that people aren't selling cards to afford the 10,000 coin eval. I don't think that's happening right now in the market, but yeah, guys, it's a good thing that we talked about selling in the last 2 days just because these prices are going down a good bit. Now, I will say there's a potential that some of these prices kick back up tomorrow on Thursday because we do have division rivals rewards and those don't give out a lot of tradable supply. It's mostly just straight up coins. Wow, Araujo's 21K, 22K. It was like 25, 26,000 coins. That's a big drop for a cheaper card like that. Yeah, I think that the market could go up a little bit on Thursday, but I'm still being very careful at the moment and just doing quick flip trades, even though I have like no coins at the moment. I am quick flipping some heroes and trading with a couple of other cards, but even myself, I'm kind of wanting to get out of those cards and just keep it very simple and very low key for the next couple of days, not try to do anything crazy with how little demand and how little price rises we have on the market at the moment. Now, I want to talk about one of the biggest pieces of news yesterday outside of the market, and that is this clip right here from MBytes. And evidently there was some other tweets over the weekend of pro players talking about a massive broken scoring mechanic on this game. Now, we're going to talk about this as kind of a gameplay exploit. People are saying glitch. Glitch isn't the right word for this, but we actually don't have to worry that much about this, guys, because evidently this is only working on old gen, and old gen has had problems with this sort of glitch before. Rainbow flick shot, you can see here into like an acrobatic finish just outside the box. Boom. Insta goal right there as MBytes does that. And then he does it a second time here on the other side of the box. Boom. Rainbow flick, acrobatic shot finish into the back of the net. Now, again, this is for old gen only, allegedly, which this is the last year of FC for the old gen. If you're on PS4, you're going to have to get a PS5 for next year if you're going to play next year because the game will not support old gen. But it's just kind of crazy that that was going around. And there was a lot of hype. You can see this tweet has a ton of views. There's a lot of people showing this and trying it in game. And some people thought that it was best done with the Trickster Plus cards. This got people buying cards in the market. Pretty crazy to see this, right? Due went from 59K up to like 70,000 coins. He's now down to 51,000. But your Trickster Plus cards yesterday were flying up in prices. People were seeing that and then blindly thinking that it could mean people were going to go buy those Trickster cards to do some of those flicks and to get those volleys. But again, that is only on old gen. So for a lot of us that are on new gen, that doesn't really cause an issue. But I would have to imagine that EA will probably get wind of this and probably still want to patch it. Now, let's talk about what is upcoming next, guys, and that is with the Cornerstones promo and the pack code that EA added into the back end of the game yesterday. If you guys are new to the FC scene, to the Ultimate Team scene, when it comes to leaks, we hear about player names, we hear about cards as SBCs, sometimes packs and stuff like that, but also one of the key leaks that gives us a lot of info about what's going to be happening in a certain promo with rewards, with the season passes at any certain time in this game. It's the pack code leaks. And yesterday, EA was updating things in preparation of the Cornerstones promo this Friday. We've got a seasonal supply pack, which is going to give us SP. Where was that at the end of FC25, right? And then we've got a couple of untradeable store packs here. Of course, store packs, that's a whole conversation right now. These are all untradeable as it looks, and they do look like they're going to be some of the best packs that we've seen in the store just yet. An 81 plus times 20, 25 rare gold items. But again, they're all untradeable. You know what? There's always going to be packs in the store. EA is going to make their money, which they are a business. I do understand that. I just hope that most of the packs that get added to the store this weekend are untradeable and they do not actually bring a whole bunch of supply to the market. Fingers crossed. We'll have to see. There's a Cornerstones Essentials pack in here. 99% of us aren't messing with these packs because we don't really care about them, but they're added to the code and there's nothing super crazy about them. But these are the ones that we care about because all of us have a chance at getting them. The Mini Energizer pack and the First Choice Player Pick pack, as you can see by the description of those packs, are engagement rewards. You're seeing this pack because you've entered Ultimate Team, excluding the Weber Companion app, on at least 3 days. It includes 1 rare gold player item untradeable. And then this other one is, you're seeing this pack because you've entered Ultimate Team on at least 3 days as well. It includes a 82 plus 1 of 2 player pick. All items untradeable. So my question is, it's an engagement reward. You have to go into Ultimate Team for at least 3 days. If we've been playing for the last couple of days, the last week on the early access of the game, does that count? I hope that it would. I hope that these rewards are retroactively kind of speaking, if you will. They're counting our progress so far. Looking back to how much time we've spent on this game, I would imagine that it would, but I'm not entirely sure. This is an engagement reward, though. We've seen these a lot in the past. There's like, log in for a certain number of days and you get this certain number of packs or whatever. But usually this happens during like Foot Birthday or like Team of the Season. It's happening this year for the first promo of the year. Again, the packs and the player pick are not that crazy, but just for logging in an 82 plus pick and a 1 rare gold player pack, like, well, we take those. Like, we're not going to turn down an 82 plus pick, even though it's a 1 of 2. That's not bad. Now, those are the 2 kind of engagement rewards that are there. There's another one that's involving a current objective that we have in the game. It's called the Opening Bell Pack. This one's tradable and it means more. You're seeing this pack because you've completed the On Your Way Foundations objective. It includes 3 tradable gold premium packs, each containing 12 gold player items, 1 guaranteed to be 80 and higher, and 3 guaranteed to be rare. And once again, those are tradable, guys. 3 gold players premium packs. That's a good number of players, and they're all tradable. That's a lot of supply that's going to hit to the market on the low tier. This is what I've been talking about for the last number of days, and even since before FC26 started, selling those low tier cards, kind of the Rashfords, the 80 rateds for sure. Lacroix, still 19,000 coins. Get that guy out, man. Like that's a card that's going to get cooked this weekend because of probably store packs that are going to be out that are tradable supply. New people getting onto the game, opening FC points, and you got this pack and objectives too. That is going to really cook some of that prices on the market with the supply. Now, the On Your Way objective, I actually have not even unlocked it yet, but I know some of you guys have. My question is, if you've already completed the On Your Way objective, are you going to be retroactively kind of compensated for this as well? You would have to be, right? I would hope so, but maybe there is a shout to, if you're almost done with this, maybe you don't get it done because you want that. I mean, at the very least, you're probably going to make 10K from quick selling all the cards from those packs. 12 gold player items, 3 of them rare in each pack, 1 guaranteed to be 80 plus. Even if you just quick sell all the items, that's 10,000 coins, probably somewhere around there, right? That's nice. And that actually matters, and that's a good little bit of a coin boost. So that is going to supply the market, but it's also going to put some tradable players in clubs, and quick sell value for players is going to bring coin values up. So that's going to make the market move a bit. Just watch that On Your Way objective on Friday to see how that gets given out. We'll be really curious to see how that works with Cornerstones. And that's this weekend, the market's going to be a really crazy place. We're going to be watching it. We're going to be involved, investing, trading through that fully. Right now, the market seems really stagnant and prices are dropping. After yesterday, they went up a little bit, but this weekend, I think there's going to be a good bit of supply, but there's going to be a lot more demand starting to form as well. So maybe some price drops. And then as we head out of the weekend, maybe even into like Saturday, we hopefully will see some good price rises. We'll see. We'll be following it very closely. But once again, we're going to talk more about the Cornerstones promo as we move throughout the week this week. It is a +2 club chemistry linking promo. And the number one question that I have out of all of this is, how much are the stats going to be boosted on these Cornerstone cards? That is the number one question that I have when it comes to this. So we're going to probably get some leaks and information and news about the Cornerstone promo and players that might be in it starting today on Wednesday as well. So just be watching Twitter for that, and we'll be, of course, covering all of that news as it comes out. Now, let's talk about today on Wednesday, what else we should be getting. The first thing, of course, is Team of the Week 1 leaves packs, and Team of the Week 2 replaces them. I think this is a on purpose spelling of the word week here by the leak from Foot Police Leaks on Twitter. Dabinia, Gravenberch, Eder Militao, Pulisic. There's some decent players in this Team of the Week squad. These are the best players, he says, by the way. He's got Anton Stack in here. You got Dennis Bouanga, no Hyunmin Son, no Lionel Messi, no Claudia Pina as well. And that's got a lot of people asking questions. Would maybe one of those three players be a part of the actual promo squad this weekend since they did not get in to the Team of the Week? We kind of talked about Son yesterday, of course. Bouanga's in over him for the weekend game, not for the last week game. However, this Team of the Week is just, it's okay. I personally have not opened my max 86 Team of the Week player pick yet, so I'm going to do that hopefully today and have a chance at Pulisic, or a little bit better of a chance, potential chance of getting him there. But guys, one thing I want to mention with this is if you have the Militao, the Gravenberch, the Pulisic gold cards, now is your time to start thinking about selling. I sold up on my Militaos for about 70 to 71,000 coins. I think Gravenberch and Pulisic are still in a good spot. They are inflated, but guys, I think these cards haven't risen up as much as I would have liked them to. Like, I was hoping Eder Militao would go to like 80k, and he's still what, 71, 72,000 coins. So I would take the cash on this, sell in the hype, and I would not risk it. However, they are still going out of packs. So if these cards, gold items, do drop a lot today or maybe tomorrow on Friday, they could still be investable on the market, as they will be more rare and not being packed for the entire next week. That is something to keep in mind. They could be good investments still. And then also, again, like since Messi and Son did not get into the Team of the Week, people were investing in those cards for the potential price rise of them being out of packs. And Messi went from 32k down to 23, 24, and he's right now 25,000 coins there. So we did see some prices get cooked on the market because of that. And that's just, again, kind of how the market is looking at the moment. That's the biggest thing today, though. New Team of the Week is going to be coming out, and we should hopefully be getting this SBC finally. The Chukwuemeka, I mean, really, it's probably today or tomorrow for this SBC, and I imagine today would be a decent guess for that one. So maybe watch out for some Dortmund links. I don't know if prices would go too crazy on those, but if this SBC is good value, it's a decent looking card, and technically he would fit in the... No, he wouldn't. He would not get a passing boost from yesterday's Evo, even though that'd be 10 extra thousand coins. He's got 83 passing, which is the stat limit there. And then, of course, we'll be watching for SBCs. Apart from Chukwuemeka, we still have not had another early access challenge yet. I think that SBC does expire today, the first one. So maybe a second will be coming out. Maybe some other sort of SBC. That'll be what we watch for today. And then once again, I want to say it, guys, the leaks. Watch out for the leaks for what could be coming with this Cornerstones promo. Now, let's end the video today with a couple of packs. Premium Gold Players Pack. I think actually this might be the same pack that we're getting from the Objective. Tradable. Looks like we're getting a Turkish League midfielder here. Kokchu, Gaia. Okay, so I didn't get anything crazy from that. I think that is just about what that pack is going to be from Objectives. So, you know, if I would have quick sold that, if it was a tradable pack, I would definitely be making a couple thousand coins. I think 3 of those would easily get you to 10,000. 75 double here from Objectives 2. French center back, Ligue 1. I was hoping that was going to be Premier League. That could have been, well, Konate would have been a walkout. That is, who's this? Hernandez. Okay. For a second there, I was thinking Kimpembe. He's not in the game, though. Anyways, guys, that's going to be the video for me today. Make sure you stay tapped in here on the streams today. We're going to have all the information, all the leaks and news. Watching out for that. Be talking about it today on the stream. If you want to watch on Twitch as well, that'll be there. And just another tip, if you're on a low coin budget and need to trade, silvers, okay? Silvers. They are great coins. Pick some cards to sell for 2, 3, 4, 5,000 coins plus, and you can flip them. You will make some good coins with that. I'm making like 1,000 coins per card on all of these here, just from bidding on them and checking their prices a little bit on the market. Anyways, guys, that's the video for me. If you did enjoy, drop a thumbs up on it, comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. See you guys in the video tomorrow. It's been TheFutAccountant. See you there. Peace out.